Hey, everybody, meteorologist Amy Sweezy here with Florida Weather Authority. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to do a quick update for the middle of July. It is the 15th. We are halfway through the year. We've had a lot of heat around here this summer, and we had some severe thunderstorms yesterday in central Florida. And now today, things are much quieter, much calmer. We will have fewer storms, but we also have some things to talk about in the tropics, and we have, of course, more heat to discuss as well. So let's get right to it. First of all, I want to start by talking about the heat dome that continues to bring heat across the country. This is kind of the whole setup of what's going on. Notice some of these temperatures here. We've got temperatures in the upper 90s expected today, all the way up the East Coast and DC and northward up into New York City. And then look out to the west where you see those red areas in North Dakota and South Dakota, 99 degrees today with higher humidity, which means they'll be dealing with heat index numbers in the triple digits. So it's not just Florida dealing with the heat as we head through July. There are more parts of the country that are dealing with this heat. Now, here's the overall setup for us. You can see several things going on across the country, several areas of high pressure, several fronts that we're monitoring, and of course, areas of showers and storms. But across the Midwest, there is this big high pressure dome that's kind of stalled out. They had a big heat wave, you remember hearing on the news about a week and a half ago, then several days of quieter, calmer, cooler temperatures and weather. And now there is this other area of high pressure that is once again causing all of the heat across the Midwest. In fact, it's going to be so hot that the high in Detroit is going to be 98 degrees today. So that's another location. Now, of course, here in the state of Florida, we will be warm as well. Our average high is 92, 93, depending on where you live. The beaches average highs are a little bit cooler, but will be a few degrees cooler than normal today, especially in the central part of the state. Orlando's headed to 95, but you can see even up in the panhandle, we'll be in the lower 90s today. And look at Jacksonville, 96 for the afternoon high on this Wednesday. Now, specifically in central Florida, low to mid 90s expected. Again, a few degrees warmer than average. And a lot of this is because we're not going to have a lot of rain to help cool us down. We will get the sea breeze kicking in this afternoon along the East Coast beaches. So that will keep the temperatures at the coast from climbing quite as much as they do in our inland areas. So heat risk once again today is at a 2 or a 3. Several spots are at this major level, especially inland, but the beaches are more at that level 2, more of a moderate level. So just make sure if you're outside that you're drinking lots of water, you're wearing light clothing, and you can stay inside if you can. Take lots of breaks in the shade, lots of breaks in the AC. Always good reminders for this time of year. Now, the rain, of course, is what we need to help keep us cool. So where is the rain and where are the storms going to set up for today? We're going to switch over here to this Futurecast computer model. Take a look now at the clock. It's in the upper corner of the screen there. That's starting at noon today. And watch as we put this forward in time. Notice at noon across the state, only a few little pockets of rain. As we move forward into 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, that's when we begin to see just a few more areas of showers developing. But notice, even by 4 o'clock, there's rain to the north in Jacksonville, Panama City, down to the south in South Florida, but there's really not much in Central Florida for today. Very few locations will get the beneficial rain that we need. So hopefully you got rain yesterday, but I know it was pretty isolated yesterday as well. All right, so 5 o'clock today, look at that. Normally, we're seeing a lot more locations getting rain. Instead, we're dealing with just a few pockets. That will continue through 6 o'clock tonight, 7 o'clock. Notice where we're talking about Osceola County, southern Brevard, a little bit along the coast, Flagler, Volusia. You could see some showers and storms in the evening. And then there you go. That's 8 o'clock tonight as we're getting closer to sunset. So it'll be late day activity that will be mainly seeing as opposed to some of those earlier showers and storms that we sometimes get. 10 o'clock tonight, we could still have some rain lingering. So late night showers up until about midnight, especially along the East Coast. Now, as we get into the overnight, things calm down. It's much quieter. We'll see a few showers along the Gulf Coast early in the morning, in the overnight and early in the morning. Notice this is Thursday morning at 5 a.m. And then as we continue on from there, we get into the morning, we keep most of of the rain confined to the Gulf Coast through late morning. And then once we hit the afternoon hours on Thursday, this is 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we start to see a few of those showers bubbling up. The coverage will be slightly higher tomorrow than today, but not by much. I'm going a 20% chance of rain for today and then a 30% tomorrow. So still a lot of locations will not see any rain on Wednesday or on Thursday. Overall locations, again, everything starts inland and then pushed to the East Coast. So notice on Thursday at 5 o'clock, we're seeing those showers mainly at the beaches, a few kind of Orlando eastward. So east half of the state for the evening and late night hours, west side of the state will be dealing with the rain as we get into the early morning hours. So kind of a flip-flop as it comes to, the different times. So that's where we're going to see the rain and the storms setting up for us as we head into, that should say Wednesday, actually not Tuesday. So Wednesday the 15th and also Thursday the 16th. Now, our severe storm outlook, notice the entire state of Florida is in this light green zone. That means that no severe storms are likely. The few storms that we do get could have some lightning, and of course the tropical downpours where we get quick rain in a short amount of time, but not expecting any widespread severe weather for this Wednesday. Now, as far as the tropics go, we always need to talk about the tropics this time of year. In the next 48 hours, things are quiet. National Hurricane Center not triggering anything to happen on Wednesday or Thursday or even part of Friday. But notice as we head into the weekend, you see that yellow circle on the map there. That yellow circle indicates a 20% chance of development as we get into the weekend. So it's pretty low. But here's the deal. There's this area of low pressure that's along that stalled front that could develop. It has a low chance of developing, but whether it develops or not, it is going to bring more rain across the northern half of the state of Florida and even into parts of South Carolina and Georgia. So we'll be monitoring it. Again, low chance of developing, but it's something we'll be watching. And since we are in hurricane season, of course, we will keep you posted right here on Florida Weather Authority. All right, this is another thing we need to talk about before we get to the 7-day forecast. And if you did not hear the news, the Sunshine Protection Act was passed on the 14th yesterday in the House. So from the House Rules Committee, this is the act that came about years ago. You probably hear about it every time we set our clocks forward and back. You hear that, oh, it's going to end. It's going to end. Well, it still hasn't ended. But what it would do is make daylight saving time permanent. Daylight saving time is what we're on now. So it really, if this does pass eventually, it's not going to affect us here in Florida much in the summertime. Sunrise is still around 6:30. Sunset is around 8:30. It would affect us more in the wintertime, because in the winter, both our sunrise and sunset would be later. We wouldn't fall back in the fall anymore. So that means that sunrise in the winter in January would actually be around 8:20 and sunset would be just before 7 p.m. in the winter. So usually it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the winter when we do change our clock. So here's the thing. It hasn't happened yet. Just because you've heard that it passed through the House, it still has several votes to go yet. We got to get it over to the Senate as well. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted, of course, but just one more thing to keep in mind, that perhaps we won't be changing our clocks back and forth anymore, at least soon. We'll see. All right, 7-day forecast. We'll end with this. Very low chance for rain today, 20% coverage. I showed you Futurecast already. Little bit higher chance for rain on Thursday. That's a 30% chance of rain. And then as we get into Friday and the weekend, the rain chances, the coverage starts to head up, especially the northern half of the state, including Central Florida, because of that area of low pressure that will be developing along that front. May or may not develop into anything tropical, like a tropical depression or a tropical storm. But again, whether it develops or not, it is going to mean a higher chance for rain for us as we head into the weekend. Notice temperatures still saying a few degrees warmer than average. Average high is 92, so we'll be around 94, 95 in Orlando. But the beaches with that East Coast sea breeze will be staying just a little bit cooler. So that is your forecast for Wednesday. Thank you for joining me here on Florida Weather Authority. My name is Amy Sweezy, and my other teammates are meteorologist Tom Sorrells, Dr. Rob Eicher. We are dual certified with the AMS and the NWA, and we have started this channel to bring you forecasts in the state of Florida from a reliable source so that you can watch it on YouTube instead of trying to find the TV or the streaming situation. Make sure that you like this video and, of course, subscribe to our channel so that you make sure you receive all of our content as we head into this upcoming hurricane season. Thanks again for watching. I'm meteorologist Amy Sweezy for Florida Weather Authority.